Yes, welcome once again to DC Economics. I'm going to take you through the concept about the absolute extremal values. In a simple way, this refers to the important application of critical points in determining the possible maximum and minimum values of a function or a certain levels. Extreme value theorems are guarantee both maximum and minimum values of a function at a certain condition. So it is stated that it states the following function. If a function of x or f of x is continuous on across the interval, let's say a comma b, those are the intervals. So if a function of x is continuous on across the interval, for example a and b, then the function of x has both a maximum and minimum value. Between those intervals, the highest is what is known as absolute maximum value, and the lowest one is known as the lowest minimum value of the function. So if you try to sketch on the upper bound of the graph where the graph is maximizing, is going upward, it represents a corner point for the maximum value, the absolute maximum value, that is point B, and A there represent out the lower bound that represent out is the absolute minimum value of the function. So let's try to look at a simple example on how we can solve the absolute maximum and minimum value at a given interval. For example, suppose we have the function of x that is x squared minus 4x plus 9, and you are required to calculate the absolute extremal value, whereby you are provided with an interval of 1 and 6. Now the first procedure, you need to differentiate the function. You apply the first order derivative, that will be equals to 2x minus 4. And then you let out the first order derivative function of x is equal to 0. So you plug in 0 is equal to 2x minus 4. You solve for the values of x, you divide by 2 both sides, the values of x will be equals to 2. Now remember, from the question above, we are provided with an interval of 1 up to 4. So the interval will include the x value that we have solved, that is x is equal to 2. So the interval will include 1 up to 4, whereby at the middle we'll be having 2, the x that we have solved. So will be equals to 1, 2, and 4. So what you need to do in order to solve the values of y, you need to plug in the values of x into the original function. So take the original function, that is the function of x is equal to x squared. That is equal to x squared minus 4x plus 9. So you take out the original function, that is x squared minus 4x plus 9. Probably this is not right. We need to take out the original function and not the first order derivative function. So let me put it clearly. So we take out the original function and not the derivative function. So we take out x squared minus 4x plus 9, and then we plug in the values of 1, that is 1 squared minus 4 times 1 bracket plus 9. We take out the second values of x, we plug into the original function, that will be 2 squared minus 4 bracket 2 plus 4. We take out therefore we plug into the original function, it will be 4 raised to the power of 2 minus 4 bracket 4 plus 9. So you open the close bracket over there, then it's equal to 9. So the first value will give out 6, and the second function will give us 5, and the first function will give out 9. So the values of y is equal to 6, 5, and 9. So for that case, the minimum value will be equals to 5, since it's the lowest value, and the maximum value will be equals to 9. So that is how we solve the extreme maximum and the minimum value of the function. Now let's try to check another example for better understanding. So the minimum value and the maximum value is 5 and 9. So let's go to another example. For example, find the absolute minimum and maximum value of the following function. Function of x is equal to x raised to the power 5 minus 3x cubic minus 1. And we are provided with an interval of -2 and 2. So first of all, we apply the first order derivative of the function. That will give out 5x raised to the power 4 minus 9x squared. After that, we let out function of x derivative, first order derivative is equal to 0. Then we solve the values of x. So this will give out, when you use your calculator, or you may use the normal way for how we can solve this function over here. So when you solve out the values of x will be equals to 0, but also as well the value of x again will be equals to 0. So the function of x is equal to 0. Also, since we have the x value that is equal to 0, let you include the interval. So the total interval will be having what is known as -2. We'll be having the x value, x and y. We have 0, we have -2 to get. So we need to solve the values of y. So we plug in the values of x, which is equal to 0 to the original function. So original function is given as x raised to the power 5 minus 3x cubic minus 1. So when you plug in 0 minus 3, open bracket, close bracket, 0 raised to the power of 1 minus 1. So that will be the first function. And we take out the second function, that is function of -2 is equal to -2 raised to the power of 5 minus 5 raised to the power of -2 raised to the power of 3 minus 1. We plug in again 2 will be 2 raised to the power of 5 minus 3 times open and close bracket of 2 raised to the power of 3 minus 1. So the first equation for function of 0 will be equals to -1, and for the second equation, function of -2 will be equals to this will give out exactly -9, and function of 2 again will give out 7. So we try to observe the lowest and the minimum value. So the lowest value is -9 and 7. So the absolute minimum and maximum value of the function, we call the extrema value, is equal to -9 and 7. As you can observe. So let's try to check on a last example for better understanding. Find the absolute extrema value of the function 4x cubic minus 39x squared plus 90x plus 2. You are provided with an interval 1 up to 6 solution. We apply the first order derivative of the function. That will be equals to 3 times 4 is 12x. 3 minus 1 is equal to 2 minus 70x. We take out plus 90. So we let out function of x is equal to 0, and then we solve the values of x. So when we solve the value of x to this kind of linear equations, as you can observe, we give out, we divide by 3 both sides. That will give out 4x minus 78x divided by 3, that is equal to 26x plus 90 divided by 3, that is equal to 30. 0 divided by 3 is equal to 0. So when you use your calculator to solve this kind of equation, the values of x will be equals to, this would give out the value of x1. The value of x1 is equal to 5 and the value of x2 is equal to 1.5. So for that case, we sketch out the values of x and y. So we plug in the values of x. We have the interval of 1 up to 6. So the interval will be equals to 1. 1.5 the values of x that we've solved, x2 and 5 as well as 6. So we include the values of x1 and x2 to the intervals up to include the total interval of 6 limiting factor. So the function of x will be equals to, we plug in the values of 1, then at the second time we plug in 1.5 and 5 together with 6. So when we plug in 1, it will be 4 times open 1 brackets, then raised power of 3 minus 39, open and close bracket 1 raised power of 2 plus 90 times 1 plus 2. The second we plug in 1.5, it will give you 4 raised power of 1.5 cubic minus 39, 1.5 square plus 90, 1.5 plus 2. We plug in 5, it will be 4 times 5 raised power of 2 of cubic minus 39 raised power of 5 of square plus 90 times 5 plus 2. We plug in 6, that will give you 4 times 6 cubic minus 39 open close bracket 6 raised square plus 90 times 6 plus 2. So the value of the function 1 will be equals to, so when you make a subtraction in the addition over there, the answer will be equals to 57, and the second function will be equals to 62.75, and the third function will be equals to negative 23. But also the last function, that is 6, the function of 6 will give out 2, so it will give out 2. So the minimum value will be equals to negative 23 together with the maximum value that will be equals to 62.75. So the minimum value will be equals to negative 23 and 62.75. So that is how we solve the absolute extrema value, the absolute maximum and minimum value of the function. So that's marked the end. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe and watch another videos. I wish you a nice moment. Bye bye.